Hello internets, and welcome to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. You can call me 12-Pack, and the battle I have for you today is against someone called Nick. Now, not really any history behind this battle other than he's just some douche I ran into in Passerby on Wi-Fi, so I'll jump right into this team preview here. My team, we have my usual hazard setting Shuckle. I'm not sure if this is a specially defensive or physically defensive one because I have one of each, but one of the two. And then we have again, either physically or specially defensive Vileplume, who I have here for healing purposes. He's got aromatherapy and can spread some status ailments around nicely with Effect Spore and Teeter Dance. Then we've got one of my favorite Pokemon, Electros, who is the coil set, since that's basically, in my opinion, the best way to use him. Um, but he is kind of difficult to set up at times, so I'm not sure whether or not he manages to do so this game, but I don't think so. And then we have the star of the battle here, Kingler. Kingler is the first shiny Pokemon I've ever caught, so he's remained one of my favorites throughout the years. I first caught him in Leaf Green, shiny Krabby. But yeah, this Kingler is a physically defensive, kind of more tanky set that is meant to set up without getting KO'd. And it's actually pretty effective at doing that, provided it doesn't get hit by any sort of special attacks. So you'll see what it's capable of in this battle. And then we got another one of my favorites, Tangrowth, who's here for just being a beast and countering lots of the Pokemon I hate, like Garchomp, Gliscor, and Azumarill. And then finally Sableye, who's mostly here to burn things so that my sweepers can set up against them. But I normally bring him along too to counter Kangaskhan since I run into it so often. So that's my team. Let's see. My opponent's team is pretty much scrub 101 here. There's nothing really to comment on other than the fact that he could have either Mega Charizard, Pinsir, or God forbid, Mega Garchomp. So, not entirely sure which of those he'll be using. We'll have to see here. So, provided he does Mega Evolve Charizard or Pinsir, that means the one he doesn't Mega Evolve will pretty much become impotent. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Without further ado, let's get started here.
Nick is issuing a challenge. No.
So he's going to lead off with Pinsir, alright, let's see. And I'll lead off with Shuckle. And I believe this is the specially defensive one, because I made one shiny just to tell them apart. So he's going to start off with the Swords Dance. That's potentially bad, but I predicted something like that, so I locked him into it with Encore. And now I get a free turn to set up my Stealth Rocks without having him attack me anymore. So there we go, Stealth Rocks are up, but Shuckle can't really do anything else. And not wanting to risk him coming out of Encore and dumping me with his boosted Swords Dances, I immediately switch to Electros. You might think, why Electros? What the hell kind of counter is that to Mega Pinsir, because he just evolved here. And already he's at max attack, so one hit basically with a quick attack, Aerialite, and I'm dead. His attack won't go any higher now, but I'm just gonna Dragon Tail him out, because I run Dragon Tail on my Electros to prevent things like that from happening. So Rotom-W comes out. Screw Rotom-W, no one likes you. And that's not such a bad matchup, except he burns me with Will-O-Wisp, and this is a physical Electros, so that's terrible for him. And I can't recover any HP because it's dual Ghost types, so that's just retarded. That's so dumb that it can learn Will-O-Wisp when it's dual Water type just because it has Ghost. The last time I checked, Ghost types were not Fire types. Like, I don't think every Ghost should be able to learn Will-O-Wisp. It's just stupid. But anyway, enough about that. Somehow I got confused here. I kind of missed it while I was raging. But I'm just going to hit him with Thunder Punch and actually do pretty decent damage considering I was burned thanks to the coil I managed to get off. So, he's going to withdraw with Rotom and I think bring in Garchomp. Alright, well, I don't think he knows that Electros has Levitate, as you'll see here. I'm going to switch into my... Okay, I was going to say Tangrowth, but I guess Sableye for some reason. Oh, I guess I wanted to burn him to maybe set up. But, okay, never mind. I thought I switched when he attacked, but turns out he takes this turn to attack. And wow, Sableye took that really good, coming from a Garchomp, even though he is burned. So he's just going to keep landing Earthquakes on me, and I'm going to use a Foul Play, because that's the only means I really have of doing damage. And actually, wow, shit, that did pretty damn good, considering. And he's almost dead from the burn damage at this point, so I'm going to peace out with Kangaskhan here, just to keep him alive for a little longer and bring in Tangrowth. Now, this Garchomp will be able to do absolutely nothing to me. Watch this pathetic Earthquake do like 10 damage. Ha! Close enough, it was 13. And he's about to die from burn damage one more turn here, and he's done. Oh, wow, big surprise. He's carrying Fire Blast. Was not expecting that, but obviously he has no special investment because Tangrowth lived. And for those of you who don't know, Tangrowth's special defense is his downfall because it's absolutely terrible and he can be OKO'd or 2-hit KO'd by pretty much any neutral special attacks. But Garchomp's going to die and he's going to switch back to Pinsir, doubtlessly going to hit me with an Aerialite return, so Tangrowth's not going to appreciate that if it happens. And I still might need him later, so I'm going to peace out and bring back in Shuckle. Just on the off chance he uses Swords Dance, maybe I can lock him into it with Encore again and dispose of it that way. But he's just going to attack like I thought he would against Tangrowth, but even still, Shuckle can take a few of those before he goes down. And I'm going to set up my sticky webs here, so I got full hazards that I want up on the field at this point, so that part is good, and I do not believe he has anything that can learn Defog or Rapid Spin, so they're here to stay. You can tell a player is not really all that skilled when they don't have a Rapid Spinner, a Spin Blocker. Well, I guess his Rotom is a Spin Blocker. Rapid Spinner or Defogger or any hazard setter of their own on their team. But Kingler's just going to come in here and dump on Pinsir because I was afraid he'd set up on me and do really big damage with Quick Attack before I could use Kingler effectively. And trust me, it's kind of hard to use Kingler effectively when you have to rely on Crabhammer. It has, I believe, 90% accuracy, but man, I miss with Crabhammer so much it might as well be 50%. Anyway, I'm going to get out of there because, as I mentioned, I'm not going to appreciate any special hits on Kingler. It's a good thing I did, because he actually has Grass Knot. Although, funnily enough, I probably would have fared better against a super effective Grass Knot than a neutral special attack, if that makes sense. I think it does. But I'm going to swap to Vileplume here just to hopefully maybe get the aromatherapy off so my Electros can be useful. And wow, that did a ton. Thing is way too powerful. But I'm going to hit him with Teeter Dance, which is actually a really good move. 100% confuse rate. And it's not bullshit like Swagger or Flatter or anything like that. So this might give me the chance, but no. He's not going to get confused, and he's going to be able to dump me with Ice Beams. So that's essentially KOing two of my pokes, since Electros is going to be kind of useless too, without being cured from his burn status. But I guess I'm going to send him out anyway here, just to maybe get in at least one hit before he goes down. And oh, look at that, he transformed into Dark-type. Unlucky for you, my friend, because I used Drain Punch and get off the super effective hit. But since I'm burned, it doesn't actually KO him, which sucks. And am I using Life Orb on this thing? Yes, I am. I've recently changed to Leftovers on Electros for that very reason. I find I lose way too much HP if I have Life Orb on. But Electros is just going to die here from Dark Pulse. It's unfortunate he wasn't able to do very much this game, but whatever. Shit happens. And he dies too because he's also carrying Life Orb, so the recoil finishes him off. So he's going to send out Charizard, which can no longer Mega Evolve since he already did so with Pinsir. And I sent out Kangaskhan here, and that's not really a great matchup for me because I can't burn him to lower his attack at all. But he's going to go for a Roost this turn, and I guess I decide to just stay in. Alright. And I do a really solid chunk of damage there, maybe 65%, and I'm able to get off the priority recover to maybe stay in this a little bit longer. But it's going to turn out to be a physical Charizard. You don't see very many of them. So he's also got Flare Blitz, and I'm not going to appreciate getting hit by that, and that's the end of my Sableye. So now, I believe I just have, what, Kingler left, possibly? Maybe I have more? No, I have Tangrowth left too, just in the back there somewhere. So this is actually a really good matchup for my Kingler, since I am a specially defensive one, or sorry, physically defensive one. I can actually just set up on this thing without him being able to KO me beforehand, and I don't have to fear a crit because I'm using Battle Armor over Hyper Cutter. I actually prefer Battle Armor because I hate getting hit by critical hits. And I'm going to actually land a second Crabhammer in a row this game and knock out the Charizard, so hell yeah, way to go Kingler. Do work. For some reason I'm using Shell Bell on this thing, don't ask me why. Guess maybe I thought it was a good means of recovering HP since I already had leftovers on something else. And plus Kingler can really dish out damage, so Shell Bell is actually somewhat useful. But I'm going to just dump on this Rotom with X-Scissor, see you in hell Rotom. I did get a crit there, but I'm not sure if it mattered or not. It might have, depending on what kind of spread he was running. So that's Rotom out of the way, and in comes Glysaur. Who runs Glysaur and Rotom on the same team? Like, come on now. But I'm just going to reject Glysaur in one hit. Fucking A, Kingler, way to go. And with that, I believe I just took the game. Kingler taking out the last 3 pokes on his team in just as many turns. So, yeah, good game, Nick. I kind of feel like I tooled you a bit there because your team is pretty much as good as it can get on the upper tier ladders of pokes. Damn it, I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, I was just happy to finally get a good match with Kingler. I'd been trying to for a while, but so much bullshit happens with him. He's really high risk, high reward. I miss a lot of hits, and I wish he had a wider move pool, especially to maybe take advantage of Sheer Force, since basically the only good thing he can use with it is Rock Slide. But maybe next time, maybe next time. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye for now.